everyone, my name is Christine. Thank you for joining me today as I show you how I created my Sunny Denim Daisy Dresden table topper. Here we go. Please check out my step-by-step tutorials for cutting and sewing the blades, as well as how to make your own template. I will leave a link to this playlist at the end of the video. All right, I'm working on my second Daisy Dresden out of the denim, and I wanted to show you this. So when one half is done, I tried lining it up on a straight surface here, and notice it doesn't go right along this edge. There's like a weird shape out of here and over there. But believe me, when you put the two halves together and then you open it back up, it all works out. I'm sure there's some mathematical explanation for it. I don't know. It just works. But I just wanted you to know. So if you try this and you're like, wait a minute, that should be straight. It doesn't have to be. There's a lot of bias too and stretch in the denim. At least that's what I found. So just know that it's not all weird. It'll work. I've sewn the two halves together, and when I flipped it, this area here was a bit bubbly. So what I have done is I just go through with a really hot iron with a lot of steam, and I just try to get this as flat as possible, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this circle out because there's a lot of fabric here, and with denim being so strong and durable and so thick, I want to try to reduce that bulk. So I know I am going to cut an 8-inch circle out of denim or another fabric. I haven't decided yet. That's going to go in the middle. So I have a 6-inch circle that I am just going to kind of place in the middle. And I'm just going to take my pen. You can use a pen or a pencil or a marker. It doesn't matter because you're not going to see this. This is actually going to be a stitch line for me to put under my machine. And I'm going to go through and I am going to stitch right on this line on my sewing machine with a really small stitch, probably like a 2.0. And then after I do that, I'm going to go in and cut out this inner part of the circle. So a lot of this this inner part is going to be gone, so that when I put this other piece on and then I go to quilt it, there's not going to be as much bulk underneath it. Okay, I've sewn around that with that circle with, I believe it was a 2.0 stitch length. So now I'm just going to cut this extra bulk out. It's kind of awkward because I'm trying not to hit my camera. I could have probably even done a zigzag next to it to really stabilize it, but I just wanted to get that bulk out. So that's just all the less that the long arm has to go over it. Or a sewing machine if you're going to do it on a sewing machine. I did one on the sewing machine. So see, you'll still get a little bit of bubbling in there. Don't worry about that. There is going to be, like I said, a denim circle or a cloth or a cotton fabric circle, whatever you want in the center to hide that. Okay, I have my circles cut out. I have a scrap piece of muslin behind my circle so that when I iron this stuff on, it won't go onto my wool mat. So I've used a scrap piece of batting in a light color because my yellow, it's a bit see-through, and the denim being darker, I don't want that to come through. So plus I want some padding to go to kind of hide this ridge a little bit. There will be batting in between this quilt top and the back of the quilt when I quilt it, but I just want to give some extra oomph right here. So I've ironed some Heat and Bond Light onto the back of this batting. It's just scrap piece, so that's why you don't ever throw anything away. At least I don't. Let me see if I can get this. It's going to be stubborn. There we go. This is so much fun. This is how you make stickers, folks. Or iron-on patches, folks. Just iron some heat and bound onto something. And there you have your own iron-on. Okay. So let's see. You can do that to kind of get the middle if you like. There we go. I've already peeled it off of my yellow piece. And you know what? I actually need to cut this down a little bit, because I'm going to stitch the yellow piece on. This is what happens when you make up a pattern. Trial and error. Just making this a little bit smaller. There we go. Okay, so now I'm just going to take the heat of my iron and press on there. So there's a layer of the heat and bond light on the fabric and on the batting, and I'm just looking to have it stick on there a little bit. The heat and bond light is made to also be like an iron-on patch, but you still have to stitch it down to stabilize it. So there's going to be multiple layers of stabilizing this. So I'm going to go around and I'm going to stitch around here with like a blanket stitch or a zigzag, or I might even do a real tight zigzag to where it looks like embroidery. I'm not sure yet. And then once I do that, then I'll get this quilt top loaded onto my long arm, and then I'm going to quilt all over it. So that will also stabilize that as well. All right, I have my second denim daisy loaded onto my long arm machine. I have a new needle in, and I have a table. They call it a ruler table underneath it to give me more of a flat surface. And then I always use this type of foot on mine. It glides over the seams really easy. I do a lot of t-shirt quilts, and they're big and bulky. So I just really love this foot. So I'm going to stitch a little bit. So see, even going over that seam works just fine. Just take it nice and easy. You know, no need to rush on something. Well, unless you're like in a hurry to get it done, but see, I'm hitting a little bit right there because, let me pause that. On these Dresden blades here, this fabric that was here is turned under. So there's a seam right here. That's why I iron them flat, so that as I stitch over them, whether it's on my long arm or when I did the other one on my sewing machine, it makes it a lot easier to go over that. So I'm going to continue stitching on here and see how it goes. All right, I'm working on this center part, and remember I cut the denim from the inside because this is so bulky. Plus there's the heat and bond light on here, which is a sticky product, so it's real gummy. So I have to go super slow on it. You'll hear my machine as it kind of struggles going through it, but I'm just taking my time. And a little bit better as we get to the edges. See that that's definitely going to be nice and secure on there. There we go. I trim the edges and then I attach my binding. I will leave a link to my tutorial on how I like to attach my binding right up here. I hope you have enjoyed my Sunny Denim Daisy Dresden video. Thanks for watching, everyone. Have a great day.